Over 7 years, GT Academy has taken the best gamers from around the world and transformed them into professional racing drivers. Winners have gone from virtual to reality, competing around the globe, winning podiums and racing in the top class of the biggest races on the planet. The racing experiment's gone on to be the most innovative driver development program in the world and has embraced gamers from over 30 countries worldwide, producing more winners than ever. But there have been errors, crashes and failures. For every podium, there have been retirements. Not every winner of GT Academy has made the grade. And this year, to make sure they succeed, we'll follow the team as GT Academy goes back to basics. In 2015, GT Academy winners Jan Mardenborough, Lucas Odoñez and Mark Schulzitsky were given the opportunity to compete at the biggest race of the world, the Le Mans 24 Hours. For the first time ever, a driver who started his career as a gamer would be competing for the outright honours in the top class, LMP1.
Never in our wildest dreams did we actually think that there would be a P1 project, and if there was, really, the guys that have come through GT Academy to be selected first to drive just is absolutely fantastic for us.
3 years ago, a normal guy, normal student, and now a factory LMP1 driver. It's one of the best feelings, very close to winning GT Academy, just to know that you've proven yourself and you're worthy of this task.
I've been working so hard during the last years. I'm the first GT Academy winner. I was always pushing to be a professional driver and I was pushing to get this opportunity. It's the ultimate test for GT Academy winners. We are in the highest class, the top level of motorsport. Le Mans means everything for me.
Never believe I can reach LMP1 level. It's factory team, Nissan with an absolutely new car, new project, and to be a part of a race like this, it's just a dream.
It really shows that you can come from the game and reach the top level of motorsport. I think LMP1 is arguably in one of the richest health that it's been in for many years. Many top racing drivers, people like Mark Webber, Nico Hulkenberg, they're not hanging around, they're top guys, and to have GT Academy winners who maybe only won the competition 3 or 4 years ago, racing at that level so soon, just shows that the program works.
Our driver lineup surprised a lot of people. The good thing is having the younger drivers, they do listen to you a lot more, they know they're lucky to be here, they just want to learn.
Thinking back, your little grey PlayStation 1, Gran Turismo 1, and now P1 driver, it's the coolest thing ever.
The Le Mans 24 Hours is considered one of the toughest races on the planet.
Le Mans means the best race in the world, the most challenging, the most exciting. You know that you are competing in the most important race in the world.
Le Mans, may be the greatest race in the world right now. Terrific history, just an incredible number of fans, people watching on TV, the number of manufacturers that are coming that take it seriously. The level of competition is so high, it's probably the toughest and most prestigious place to be.
The drivers would be racing in the innovative front-engined LMP1 car, the GTR LM Nismo.
LMP1 Nismo is really a revolutionary car which is different to our competitors. So we know it's going to be a big challenge, very difficult beginning for sure, as everyone had.
The concept is about as bold as you can get for a racing car. It just turns the rule book on its head. Nobody's done the front engine, front wheel drive car that has radical downforce, and with that downforce, really small rear tyres that work with the aerodynamics. Nobody's done that before, so it's about as bold as you can get as a racing car.
The great thing about having our 3 GT Academy drivers at Le Mans this year is, at their age and with their experience, they very rarely get the chance to develop a car. They're normally given a car to race that's fast already and that they can then adapt themselves to. The LMP1 project is a rolling, 4-wheeled laboratory, and these guys have got to work out how that car can work and adapt their driving skills to the front-wheel drive, front-engine car. They will only make them get better. They'll make the car get better, and they'll make themselves get better as test drivers.
After only 9 months of development, the car and drivers arrive in Le Mans. Jan is paired with ex-Formula 1 driver Max Chilton and LMP2 expert Olivier Pla in car 23, while Lucas and Mark join up with Japanese Super GT champion Shugo Matsuda in car 21. The third Nissan, number 22, is driven by experienced Mikael Krum, Alex Buncombe and Harry Tincknell.
From a blank sheet of paper to the racetrack, this must be one of the fastest turnarounds in motorsport history.
I think we have achieved quite a lot just to be here. Frankly, of course, the other big teams all have 3 cars, but in their first year, none of them did 3 cars straight off the bat. Yes, having the engine in the front-wheel drive is a big shift from anything else that's ever been done, but that's a great challenge, and Nissan were very brave, I think, to put this kind of innovation on the world stage.
The ideal scenario for me and for all team, of course, have no problem at all and finish the race. But we all know it's racing, it's complicated, but we try to do our best and we'll see what happens next.
So here we are at Le Mans on race morning. 250,000 people all around the world coming to celebrate the world's greatest race. The mechanics have been working literally through the night overnight. They changed an engine on the 22 car and the other cars are having most of the major components replaced so that they're ready for the 24 hours.
Despite setting the fastest straight line speed in practice, issues with the hybrid power unit mean the 3 cars are running slower than anticipated. Jan starts in the 23 car, while Lucas is in number 21. They will both start the race at the back of the LMP1 field. The 24-hour countdown begins. And the 3 Nissans get away cleanly and try to work their way through the field of LMP2 cars.
Start up towards the Dunlop curve for the first time. Hard braking, left, right, left.
We're just approaching the 6-hour mark here at Le Mans and we've still got 3 cars going round out there, which means we've got 18 hours of data that we can look through and use to improve the car. Everybody in this team has done a fantastic job to get us to this point. They really, really deserve at least one of these cars to finish. It's a little frustrating that we're not at the pointy end, but we've just got to take our time, be calm and gather that data so we're ready for next year.
As darkness falls, the team find out why this is called the world's toughest race.
We just got up to halfway and we've had in the last 2 hours a lot of luck, all of it bad. And Harry hits a unidentified flying object.
Just going along at sort of 330 kilometers an hour and then suddenly the bonnet came off, there was a big bang, stuck in 4th gear with a puncher trying to go through the quickest corner on the track and somehow slow the car down and get it back to the pits. If it stopped on track there was no way I was restarting.
A bit of debris hit the 23 car which damaged some of the bodywork but also more importantly a radiator. We had to replace the front end due to the location of the radiator.
We've now got 2 crews of guys working on it and we'll get back out.
Both cars managed to rejoin the race, but for Lucas and Mark, their race is at an end.
Matsuda-san lost one of the tires and the wheels. He did a huge effort to try to bring the car home, but he took one of the most lower corners in the track in Arnage, and the car couldn't go through it with 3 wheels, and we had to stop, we had to retire. Big shame, because I see all the mechanics and all the engineers working 22 hours a day for these last 2 weeks, and you know, they don't deserve this, but it's like this is motor racing.
It wasn't just the GT Academy drivers, though, who were having difficulties.
The driver is okay, the driver is okay.
As morning breaks, the 2 remaining Nissans continue to complete laps as well as overcome issues in the garage.
Well, the team have just worked absolutely unbelievably, really, non-stop hard work, and that may pay off. We may get a car to the flag, which would be quite something.
With under 90 minutes of the race remaining, Jan Mardenborough's in the car when disaster strikes.
It's game over, the car stopped. Jan even tried to bump start the car while he was being towed by the tow vehicle, which shows the commitment and also the lateral thinking of the guy.
It's a really bizarre problem. I just feel so bad for the boys. They've pulled like a 60-hour shift, and with about 80 minutes to go, it gave up the ghost.
It was horrible to retire. We wanted at least one car to finish, but to have two would have been mega.
Michael's still out there in the 22 car. It's our last car on track, and really for everybody this is all about all the hours they've worked being repaid by seeing a car cross the line.
Nissan reaches the end of the race as well. Over the line it goes. At the number 22 car receiving the checkered flag with Michael Crum.
The one commitment we had for this year was to get a car to the end. Just like we had to have 3 cars, we had to get one of them home. We got one home, so it was a very significant victory.
The team achieved their remarkable goal, but they were not as competitive as they had hoped.
Behind the scenes there was a huge amount of effort went into the Le Mans programme. We had the fans on side, we had the media on side. It really was a fantastic experience off track. On track was really, really tough.
Of course, now we'd say, well, we needed more time. When we were heading into this project, we thought we could do it.
The biggest issue, of course, was the hybrid system didn't function. And unfortunately, that meant we had a lot of knock-on effect. We had to run bigger brakes on the front of the car, which meant we then run bigger wheels, which meant we ran different tyres to the one we were planning on. All of those things had a big impact on our development.
The car may not have performed how the team had hoped, but for the GT Academy drivers, it was a different story.
The GT Academy drivers were stunning, and it's one of the successes that perhaps people haven't focused on enough.
First of all, very rarely do young, inexperienced drivers get to help develop a car. Normally they're given a car that's almost ready for them and they just tweak it. The second most important thing is working with the other drivers. You had everyone from Michael Crum, one of the most experienced GT drivers in the world, down to a young star, Harry Tinknell, and they were working with them. They could learn from them.
You could forget that they were GT Academy drivers. They were as good as all 9 drivers did a fantastic job at Le Mans for Nissan.
It's just a testament to the programme and to the world that you can take gamers, put them into the hardest race, most difficult race in the world, and they'll perform.
The team is now looking forward and preparing for next year's World Endurance Championship and the Le Mans race.
The key thing now for the project, of course, is to take all that information we gained from Le Mans and turn it into a development programme, and that's exactly what we're doing at the moment. As I stand here today, the team is over in America testing for 2 days on the Austin circuit. So this really is an ongoing process. Le Mans 2016 preparation started on the 16th of June, the day after Le Mans this year. It is a 365-day, 24-hour race. It really is. The development doesn't stop. Audi and Porsche won't be stopping developing their car, and nor can we.
Join us next week as we follow the team during the title-deciding race at the Nürburgring.